Before watching this video, please first watch videos 1, 2, and 3 of this series, or you may not understand what is being revealed in its true context. As mentioned in my previous videos, the processing system of life is a conceptual processing system, and far more advanced than virtual processing systems. When I say it is a conceptual processing system, I am not saying it is a theoretical processing system, but rather based on concepts involving communication using geometric images. Math is not used in its construction, nor operation. Math is just far too slow. Conceptually, it is a partitioned cube, having 144 square registers on each of its 6 faces, while the inside construct is presented as a two-dimensional square plane. Note, the plane, even though two-dimensional, has both a near face and a rear face. Because of this phenomenon, both faces also have two conceptual faces, so there is no limit to the number of conceptual faces which can exist in this 2D plane. There is both an inside and an outside. When new terminals are born, they manifest on the outer face. This drawing shows the construct in cuboid form. So, what is the difference between being outside and inside the cube? On the outside, access is limited to just the outer programs, but when on the inside, access involves the all. Biblical writings don't reveal the name of the New Jerusalem, which is called the City of Nine Gates. In an ancient manuscript, titled the Epistula Apostolorum, in verse 16, it is written, quote, "I am carried on the wings of the clouds in splendor, with my cross going on before me." The clouds mentioned here are the clouds of heaven, not the sky. The clouds of heaven refer to the holographic media, which is gray. This drawing shows his cross appearing in the clouds of heaven. The cross is formed by interference patterns involving the construct of the processing system of life. So what is heaven? It is the firmament, where the waters were divided from the waters, described in the book of Genesis chapter 1. In the beginning God created the heaven and the earth. And the earth was without form, and void, and darkness was upon the face of the deep. The face of the deep cannot refer to the seas on earth, as at this point, the earth was without form and void. The face of the deep refers to the geometric plane. If we stir the face of the deep, the waters shown in this animation appears as a granular texture. In verse 2, "And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters." Verse 3, "And God said, Let there be light, and there was light." Light is produced by the separation of the two components forming darkness, which are black and white. Verse 4, "And God saw the light, that it was good." And in verse 6, "And God said, Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. And God made the firmament, and divided the waters, which were under the firmament, from the waters which were above the firmament, and it was so." Here is a simple example of this, where the upper or closest gray is separated off from the rear or lower gray by partitioning shown here in black line work. In my next video of this series, I will show how the outer is accessed from the outer, and a little about what the soul is as well as the metamorphosis of the soul.